What's going on, Bears fans? The Chicago Bears defense owned Day 7 of Bears training camp today. We'll break all that down next on the Unbearable Sports Podcast. But first, make sure to like and subscribe out there on YouTube and rate the show 5 stars everywhere that you get your podcast. We'll be going live tomorrow on Thursday, 7:30 on YouTube. Hope to see you there and talk some Bears. I swear I'll get the live chat going again like we had before, so I can't wait to see you there. But let's get started. The defense is the story of today. They dominated. It was a 2-hour, 20-minute practice, and they were all over the field making plays. So let's just get into the most impressive player out there, because this guy is one of the best stories in camp, someone who's I'm super excited to see, and I think he can transform this defense with the back seven, and that's Kyler Gordon. My stock up person today is Kyler Gordon. Kyler, man, he's just showing these next level instincts that we did not see last season. He was able to make a play on tackle for loss on Treston Ebner. He also would have had a sack on Justin Fields by basically tossing Robert Tonyan away in pass protection. And oh yeah, he also got a couple interceptions today, jumping in front of Velus Jones Jr. and making a big play. And I love his celebration. For those, go out to the Chicago Bears YouTube or Chicago Bears Twitter and you can see a celebration. The Kyler Man celebration is so cool. I think it's one of the best. I am a Marvel fan, so seeing that is pretty freaking cool. But like I said, Kyler Gordon looking good, looking really good this training camp, and he can really solidify this secondary. Having a good slot player, that was a big question that we had going in, and he's kind of solidifying that he should not be a question. Tight coverage and all over plays, he's been good. He's been very, very good. But let's go to the next, and normally here is where I like to use an offensive player. But the offense was not good. So we're going to go doubly dipping into the defense. We're going Jaquan Brisker as another stock up. Brisker looks like a leader out there. He's got those instincts that we talked about last episode where he has the range to go from sideline to sideline, make big plays. Brisker had an interception on a high throw that Justin Fields threw to Chase Claypool. And also, he was the leader of the Chirp Squad. He told Velus Jones that he was soft. He just was all over there talking some smack. And the offense, well, they were quiet. They were quiet for sure, but Brisker just looks very fluid, looks very instinctual. This is where that secondary, with the rookies making plays, this could be a very, very good secondary. As long as the front four can get some pressure, this is going to be a good defense. When you talk about the linebacker upgrades, secondary, it's all exciting things from the defensive side of the football. But let's go over to the injuries. We have to touch base on injuries. Tevin Jenkins is the new person to add on to the list. He was injured during practice today. Guess who stepped up? Alex Leatherwood was in. Now, I don't have much intel on how he did, but Leatherwood is getting the first team reps, as also Lucas Patrick is on the right-hand side with Nate Davis out as well. Not great, but we haven't gotten any information on how long these people might be out, but obviously you want to see them out there, and they're taking every precaution that they need. It is just training camp. DeMarcus Walker was also out today. Justin Jones was out today. I'm curious if it was more of a Veterans Day off, but nothing has really come up about that. Jack Sanborn was still sidelined, and Roshan Johnson was on the field, but was not practicing. And good news, I guess, Kari Blasingame, the fullback, was back out there, but that's about the extent of the injuries. Just a lot of injuries up front, a lot of people out on the lines in the trenches. So let's go over to this defense where it was swaggy. There was a lot of chirping going on, and like I said, Velus was called soft. The offense was deadly silent. People that were there were saying you could hear everything that the defense was saying because the offense just wasn't going. They weren't really saying anything. They weren't lively. It was quiet. And after everything went on, Fields talked about how he needs to be better. He lost the day. Same thing Luke Getsy said. Offense lost today. But Darnell Mooney actually said something about Justin Fields with his leadership. He wasn't calling him out at all. He was just simply saying that Fields is a relaxed, laid-back guy. He kind of needs to get on them a couple times. And hey, he needs to encourage, as Darnell Mooney, encourage him to kind of get everybody kind of riled up a little bit, because it seemed like the entire mood went down, went mellow, and we know Fields is a good leader, but obviously we got to see what do they do when everything is just not working for the offense. But yeah, I personally love the energy that this defense brought, and just hearing about everyone saying, this is the defense, the type of defense, the energy of the defense that we want. And when you have a secondary that was making plays, it makes it pretty simple, because Stevenson picked off a pass to Robert Tonyan, but Robert Tonyan did drop the ball. It kind of bounced off his hands. Still, interception. Defense taking advantage of the offense struggle and dropping some passes. Also, like we already mentioned, Brisker got an interception on a throw high to Chase Claypool, because Justin Fields did throw those 2 interceptions back to back. Jalen Johnson also got in on the action with a pass breakup and an interception. So yet again, secondary doing very well. But that wasn't it. A couple other players, Courtney Cronin from ESPN said Dominique Robinson, Travis Gibson had an active session off the edge. Nice to hear their names being brought up, especially with DeMarcus Walker out. You want to see at least one of those players really step up, hopefully this year, if we don't end up signing a defensive end. But then the other person that kind of popped off on the defensive side of the ball, Noah Sewell, had a good practice at the Sam linebacker position, made 2 big plays in a row. One was popping Travis Homer in the backfield, and he came after him with a lot of energy. Made people kind of look around and go, is this practice? Holy crap. So love to see the energy, love to see some playmakers out there on defense. But let's switch over to the offense. The offense, like we said, lots of drops. Not a lot of people catching footballs out there, but there was some, like we said, good plays from the defense. Fields did miss some throws, so wasn't a great day, but still DJ Moore is DJ Moore. Caught a slant, was able to bring it in for a touchdown. But also the backup quarterback, PJ Walker, really highlights as a low light. Had a couple interceptions throughout this training camp and made some poor passes and poor decisions today, and really didn't look to be a backup, like the quality backup that we thought we were getting. Yet again, one day, one practice, just calling it out that he didn't look too great. Also, I guess a highlight, Chase Claypool pancaked TJ Edwards, and when he did that, he went over him and said, go to sleep, and flexed on him. That's pretty awesome, but at the same time, dude, it's practice. Like, I appreciate it, but let's not injure our linebacker out here. So I appreciate the frustration, and he was probably frustrated because the offense wasn't doing anything, but still like the tenacity, and that's what he brings as a former tight end that does play wide receiver. Couple other nuggets. Tyler Scott made a very good route on Jalen Johnson, but ended up dropping the pass. It was just one of those days. And last little nugget that I have that I thought was interesting. Kellen Diesch was someone that I liked at left tackle as an undrafted, or as someone that we picked up last year, but Aviante Collins, I'll get that name right, is starting at left, or as at left tackle for the second string offense. And Doug Kramer has been getting second string reps at the center position, with Lucas Patrick getting the first team. And some people were saying Doug Kramer didn't look that bad out there, which is nice to hear about the young Illinois product coming off of an injury. And Collins kind of looking like that backup, or the second string left tackle. And then Diesch would most likely go down to the practice squad. So just a couple little nuggets out there. But like we said, defense really dominated today. Let me know, are you nervous that the defense dominated, or are you excited that the defense dominated? Because for me, I'm excited. I'm a Bears fan. I like running the football, and I like defense. And it's been different because we have been talking about the passing game so much. It needs to be all about the passing game in modern NFL, but still, it's nice to hear that the defense is looking good, because this is Chicago Bears football. But with that, make sure to like and subscribe out there on YouTube. Like I said, we'll be going live tomorrow. I hope to see you there. And Unbearable Sports Podcast, we are out.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a